Hello, Pisces. Hold on. Just realized I turned the light on. I'm now starting a new section of my channel where I'm going to do specifically love readings for couples and for singles. So, in this one, just start out with couples. The main read is going to be the Morgan Greer Tarot. Boop, boop. By Paul Foster Case and Arthur Edward Waite. In case it's an old deck, in case you want to know. And the other one is the Doreen Virtue Romance Angel Oracle cards. I might throw in another deck in there, who knows. But for right now, this is where we're starting with the couples first. And I'm going to do the tarot cards mostly, and I'm just going to feed in the other ones as it seems necessary. This is Pisces couples. Okay. We're just going to leave you like that for now. Now, there's an interesting spot. True to me, cards come out as they find necessary. So, what's holding you back, we're going to start with. You're putting in a lot of effort. You're trying to make things work out for the future. You're planning for the future with this relationship. The other person seems to be stuck in nostalgia. What it used to be. I feel like you're trying to move forward. They're trying to move backward. They're trying to make it what it was again. You're trying to make it to a new level. I feel like you're kind of like... I don't feel like there's like a conflict. I just feel like how to make it better seems to be the confusion? Conundrum. Alright, so I feel like your other person, I feel like this is you, yes. You're looking towards the future. What do we need to do to make the future work out? And the other person's like, why can't we just have it like it used to be? And I feel like there's a conflict because they want it to be back to what it was, but you don't want to go back to what it was. You want it to move to the next level, to go on to better things. There's no reason to repeat the past when you can make a better future. Okay. So this is the couples part of this read. When you go on to the next spot here, because I feel like this is how we're building this. The next part, or what needs to happen, this is the task. This is what they need to do. They need to take the initiative to make steps to move towards the future. But I feel like they're kind of like, once they're on board with that, they'll do that. What's the card behind? All right. What are we saying with this? This is hidden. So what is the deal with that? As they move into the future, I feel like you're moving this towards the future. They're just like, now we need to go forward. And it's odd because I feel like while they want to have things go back to the way they were, they are moving forward. Like, I don't know how exactly you convince them to do this, or somehow you just appeal to their better nature and they're just like, all right, yeah, let's move forward. But they're pulling these regrets from the past with them. Something about the past, they feel like they're losing something from the past. They're trying to pull it forward with them, but something from the past they feel like they're losing. This is why they want to go back to the way it was rather than what it is. I almost feel like there's a freedom or a sense of carelessness from the past that was very enjoyable. That time has passed. That time has passed. And somehow you convince them, like, even if I was in agreement with you and I wanted to go back to what it was, that's just, we can't do that. It's just, we're more responsible now. We just weren't looking at things in a certain way. We were oblivious to certain things that weren't right, and we can't do that again. Like, I feel like you're just kind of like telling them, you know what, even if I wanted to do it that way, it wouldn't work. Like, it would just be like a house of cards. It would just not work. And I feel like you make that point, and they're just like, I just feel like there's not even like a acknowledgement that you're right. They just start moving forward because like you made the point, kind of like you won. Because the 10 of Cups are on your side. Like you made the point, and they just can't really argue with it. And I almost feel like you're coming at them in the sense of like, I would do that if it was feasible. It's just show me how we could do this and still be a success. Show me that. And I don't even feel like there's a response. They just kind of like go forward towards the future because you made a sound point. Now, this is interesting because I feel like when you go to the next level with them, this is them. They're the Knight of Pentacles. They start moving towards the future. They're very dedicated towards it. It's going the way you want it to. You know what? I get what this is saying now. Okay. The Knight, or the King of Rods and the Knight of Pentacles. The King of Rods, I feel like this is an abrupt turn. It just, like, I feel like they're trying to hold on to the past, but you finally make the point, and they almost immediately, and by immediately, I mean the next few days after you make this point, they just start moving forward. The Knight of Pentacles involved with the King of Rods means the King of Rods says we're going to go this direction. The Knight of Pentacles gets on board and just starts walking. Just starts doing what needs to happen. Once the decision is made, a dedicated effort towards that happens. You also have the Wheel of Fortune on their side. I feel like this is again the King of Rods saying, you know what, you made a point, let's change direction, and just flat out changes direction. Just, here we go. And the Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor, which is actually their favor too. Okay. I feel like that the reason it's coming through this way is because it's like, it happens like that. Just like, I feel like you're fighting with them or like going over this conversation for a while, and then all of a sudden they're just like you make the point and they're just like, all right, and then they just move forward the way that they should. Because I also get 8 of Rods on your side, which is fast change. Like, it's really like that. It's kind of, if I haven't mentioned, I'm a Pisces. I'm not in a relationship though, so. But this is interesting. The Wheel of Fortune is on their side. A lot of times I consider this the victory card. The victory after the fight. It's a different version of the victory. There's another card. 9 of Rods. So I feel like Wheel of Fortune turns. It's in both of your favor. They may not see it right off the bat, but it's in their favor too. And the success is there, and you move forward. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles again is saying, even though this is a quick change, the dedication to this change is there. You also have the Page of Pentacles on their side. They're just very much there. Like there's pentacles pulling them through. Once the decision is made, it's like a quick change, but it's dedicated. Like this is then they're like they stop fighting and they just start moving in that direction. Okay. I do see because it's very hard. Like I feel like you constantly have to have this conversation until finally the change happens. And this might make you feel a little perplexed until that happens. And even when it first happens, you might kind of be like, really? Are we moving forward now? Are we? And then you're like, okay. And then you might be kind of like a little perplexed because you're like, it's just kind of like has a life of its own and keeps going. And you're like, okay. I don't know. I feel like whatever the situation is, it takes this quick turn. A quick turn that you want. The Ace of Rods is on your side. You want this change. You're moving towards the future. I feel like they're fighting to hold on to something from the past, a good part of the past. And I feel like you acknowledge that, but you're like, you know what, it's different now. It's still good, but we're going to have to do it in a different way because the past is just that, the past. And we can't do that way because life has changed. Okay. So, for the couples section here, I have to be honest, I didn't pull out any romance angel cards, but I'm feeling like that's not necessary for this part, so who knows, maybe the next part we will. I'm not one to force cards out just to appease. I'm just not feeling the energy needs to do that right now. But I do feel like the whole point of this relationship read for Pisces, the other person, you're having a hard time getting them to move forward. They keep trying to pull you into the past, and you're just like, that's not feasible. We can't do that. And finally, they just give in. They just realized you're not going to relent, and more importantly, not only are you not going to relent, but you're right. Like, you can't. It's the reason you can't relent is because you're right. You can't you can't repeat the past. It's not about repeating the past. We can take some pieces of it and try to move it into the future with us and keep what we can, but we still have to move into the future. And once you finally make the point, it feels like a quick, abrupt turn, and they just go the direction that needs to happen. And they're dedicated to it. Just as dedicated they were to digging in their heels and not budging, that quick change, they're also dedicated to the change. Like, the decision is made and they move forward. They're just like, well, you make some point. I feel like you make some point and they just really, they can't even argue with it. And it might be just finally that the point sunk in. It's not even like it might be the first time you made this point. It just might be that it finally sunk in. Okay, so that's the relationship part. Let's do the singles. I'm going to do that one differently. So Pisces singles. Messages for Pisces singles. Empowering messages. Empowering messages for single Pisces. Okay. We're on the move. We got a lot of ideas. And we got the Eight of Swords crowning us. But we're still trying. We have love on the mind. That's good. We really have love on the mind. And we're trying. Alright, so see, I am a single Pisces, so let's see how this works out. Alright. The reason I'm going to pull one of these is because that crowning card, I have to be honest, overall, I feel we're looking, but whatever we're looking for isn't coming towards us like we want it to. I feel like we're going out there and we're trying. There's some disappointment from the past. I feel like some of us have been single for a while and we're kind of getting comfortable in it. Maybe to our own chagrin. I wanted that one. No, that's fine. Okay, so I wanted one for the top card, but I'm not feeling like I need to put one there, so we'll see how this goes. I only got 2, maybe 3. So the Chariot with the 7, if somebody can count Roman numerals, got a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas. I feel like we're trying to get out there. We're trying to get out there. We've decided, hey, I want somebody in my life. I want to see what I can find. I feel like there's a lot of optimism here. Although we're holding ourselves back. Why are we holding ourselves back? And I'll probably, through this whole reading, it's this part because I'm a single Pisces. I'll probably say we through the whole thing. Even though it may not resonate for me even, because these are general reads, but we'll find out. Well, I'll find out. The 8. This is the 8. She's facing the wrong way is what I feel like she's doing. What is she doing here? I feel like this is someone who's gone through a lot. And I feel like this bluff behind her almost feels like a castle that's covered with a curtain to me. Which means, like, there's more here. Like, I feel like this person has a lot of possibilities, and they're feeling constrained. They're feeling like they just got to stand here and wait for things to change, and that's not how this really is. I feel like they're suffocating themselves. There's been disappointments in the past. I feel like there's a lot of pain from the past, and there's a feeling very like you've been caring for others, but you feel like it's just been a lot of outward motion, not a lot of return. You've been giving a lot out, but not a lot has been coming back. But you've been optimistic. I feel like for some of you, this card is saying you've been alone for a while, which might be anywhere from a few months to however long you decide is a while for you. But you've kind of gotten comfortable. And you may be questioning, like, what do you really want in your life? And I'm seeing like there's a certain situation you want to happen, but you're feeling it's limited. You're happy, you want to stay happy, you just want to add somebody in and continue that. You don't really want to change your life, you just want to kind of add someone. Like, I almost feel like a dating thing would be more to your appeal right now, because you don't want things to change right off. You want things to start to change, and you want to make sure this is right for you. Some of you. Others of you, I feel like this is for others that have been single. Maybe not that long. Some of you may have just came out of a relationship and are moving from it. So if you're recently single, I'm kind of feeling like you're just feeling you're not ready. Or in some respect, you're really not ready for another one. Now, recently single is also subject to you. It could be a few months, few weeks. If it was a really, like some people, like if somebody leaves your life in a traumatic way and it's hard for you to let go, it could be a few years. But you're reliving something with someone else and how good it was, and it's not easy for you to let it go. There's a trauma from the past, and you'd like to let go of it. But you'd like to let go of the need to repeat that, but you refuse to let go of the memories, and it's hard to, like, how do I let go of the situation without letting go of those memories, and I don't want to lose those memories. That type of feel. Okay. But the Chariot right here in your future, I feel like this, if this is resonating with you, you're trying. You're getting out there. It's interesting because I feel like we're getting out there, but we're also feeling kind of restricted, like what we're looking for isn't available. All right. So I feel like that's what the Eight of Swords with the Chariot and the Seven of Cups is saying here. Like, we're looking for something. We're looking for something kind of specific, but we're not seeing what we're looking for. Not that it's not there, but whatever things we're looking for that we've termed this is what we want, we're just not seeing it. All right, so that's where we are. And I feel like this is kind of like, I feel like there's communication. There's a lot of like moving on from like, I feel like there's offers around you, but we're moving on from them. You're moving on from them. I feel like offers come to you, but you're just like, no, that's not what I want. I feel like it's more like anything you find or possibilities, even if it's like an online dating thing, it's just not clicking and you're just not moving on it. More like, you're seeing more like problems than possibilities with people you're meeting. And you're just like, I don't want to get involved in that. I feel like you might be a little bit apathetic at this point. You might be like, as a Pisces, I want to say I can do this. So as a Pisces myself, there's sometimes you can be a little cold. I find I can be cold. Not like mean cold, but just kind of like unresponsive cold. And I feel like we might do that in the future, which whoever's around us, they kind of walk away because of it. I can see myself doing that, quite frankly. So, just like not seeing the possibility, you might be a little cold. Not mean, but just more unresponsive, or just like a half-hearted response, and anything around you kind of moves on. I find it very ironic, but very true to a Pisces, being one myself. The Knight of Cups and the Two of Cups are what's in our thoughts. We're thinking about it. We want it. We want this to happen. Yep, if we don't see what we want, we're not putting it out there. We're not putting out the effort. We're just kind of going a little cold on it. We're standing in a spot where we're comfortable. I feel like for the most of us, we're in a financial situation where we're very comfortable and we don't really want to change too much. This might have an effect on why we're looking for something specific. Some of us are looking for something very specific. And if it's not what we're looking for, we're not putting in the effort. Even though we're desperately looking for it, unless it fits exactly what, like the certain things we're looking for, we're not. And for some of us, I feel like there might be like a category that has to be hit. Like either like you have three choices, like finances, emotion, or dedication. and you kind of want all three. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but they have to hit pretty strongly. I'm also getting like for the majority of us, if the romantic connection, like if there's not a spark there to begin with, we won't even consider it. No? Yes? Depending on how you're taking this. Okay. Some of us are a little beat down by relationships, and we're just like, you know what? As long as the person's good to me and they can take care of themselves, I'm willing to give that a shot. I feel like that's more of us who are kind of like, we feel kind of railroaded or run over by love. So if you're looking at your past and you're just like, you know what, I always end up in a train wreck anyway, so if they're financially set and they're good to me, I'll give that a shot. But I feel like if that's hitting for you, you've been run over in the past a few times, and you may not believe in love as much as you did previously. Okay. That being said, even though that's being said, I don't feel like even if somebody like that, I feel like some of you might feel that way, and there might be even somebody who treats you nicely and is financially set, but the spark's not there, and you're like, it's something you say on paper, like you'd give it a shot, but when it comes right down to the brass tacks of it, you're just like, I don't want to. Because you still have to have that spark. You might want to tell yourself that you don't, but you do. Okay. So in this time frame, I feel like we're definitely looking as a single Pisces, but I don't see anything starting. If this is resonating with you, if you've been single for a while, I feel like there's a self audit near the end of it. So as we go out of this time frame, I feel like you're gonna kind of be like, you know what? I need to just relax and just meet people for people. I feel like you're starting to look at it like, you know what? I don't need to be like categorizing and evaluating every person. Are they a match or are they not? I just need to go out and enjoy a social situation and see who I meet and just to get to know people. I can just find friends. Maybe, sometimes friends turn into lovers once in a great while. And, maybe that's what I need to find. I need to find somebody who can be my friend first, and maybe something can come of it afterwards. I feel like this is where your hope is coming from. This is where you're freeing yourself, because you're just like, let me just concentrate on friendships, and maybe some friendships can develop, or maybe through these friendships I can meet someone who might fit me a little better. I feel like you're getting more of a social aspect to you. You want to go out and do things. And you're stepping away at the end of this from trying to find somebody specific to just, let me just enjoy life, because this is just becoming draining. And I feel like the person who walked away, like, ironically, I feel like after they walk away, you then might see the possibility you almost had with them, and you're just like, you know what, I can't, it's just too stressful. Let me just enjoy life and go from there. I don't feel like this is devastating, but like after this person walks away, like it's almost like you don't know what you got till it's gone, even though it was just a momentary thing, but you're just kind of like, well, that person was showing me some attention. I could have had a little better response to a couple of those questions. Like you're kind of like, I could have done a little better with that. But you're like, you know what? I'm going to stop looking for a while and just go out there. I just want to hang out with my friends. I just want to enjoy life. It doesn't have to be a goal-oriented situation. Let me just go enjoy life. And I feel like that's where we're leaving this time frame with. We're just freeing ourselves from it. It's really giving us a rejuvenated situation of hope. And, if it happens, it happens. I feel like there's a moment here where that's how we're feeling. If it happens, it happens. Okay. All right, so that's my love reading for Pisces. I'm gonna start doing releases every week. I'm gonna try for every Friday to release like love and then love in general. I'm gonna flip back and forth. Hopefully that works out for people. I'm sure a lot of people leave me great comments, so thank you. If you want to leave me comments what you think, I would love to hear it. And I'll get this up as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.